Well, good morning. How's everybody doing? It's one of those mornings already. Uh, Having so much fun. Actually, I was out talking to my wife and looked at the clock and said, "Oh crap, I got a live to do." Came in, sat down, and clicked go live, and that's where I'm at this morning. So it happens quickly when it does finally end up being there. Enjoying a nice warm cup of coffee, and Terry was here very early this morning. Good morning, Terry. I hope you're still here watching. It's nice to see you this morning. And Aaron, good morning. How are you today? Aaron said he'll be listening in, going to his daughter's softball game. It's that time of year where it's actually getting nice out, where people can go out and do stuff, which is terrific. I love that. Not here yet. It's still, well, according to my computer here, what is it outside? I know it's cold. It was not very warm when I woke up this morning. It was 18 degrees when I woke up. Currently 26 degrees here. Our high is supposed to be going up to 47. Hopefully, that'd be amazing. But the real feel right now is just a balmy 9 degrees. So it's not softball weather here yet. Bride's Biscuit, good morning. You're playing Russian roulette trying to avoid a mobile stream. Found the right one. Yep. I have to watch those myself when I go onto like Dr. Kiltz in the morning. I do it from my phone. And if I'm not paying attention, it brings me the wrong one. I gotta go back in and find the right one. Oh, what's with the short sleeves? That warm? No. I just grabbed this morning, threw it on. I'm like, the heck with it. I'm gonna wear it. It's actually a compression shirt. I wear these underneath my regular shirts whenever I go out and do anything. It's just, I'm old school. I was military. I've always worn a t-shirt underneath my regular clothes, and I kind of just like the sleeveless versions better than ones with sleeves on them, and it's kind of nice. Hey, good morning, Uncle Willie. So I see the stream on Rumble is working as Uncle Willie is here. I was going to do this earlier and I forgot. There. Now people on all streams can see all comments. Brian, good morning. Hey, how's the sardine fast going, Brian? I know this morning my ketones weren't nearly as high this morning as they were yesterday morning. My morning ketones yesterday were over 5, and this morning they were only at 4.1 this morning. My glucose was 73 or something like that. I do have a slide here for it, so I can look at that earlier or in a minute. Aaron says, great news. I'm closer to 180s than you are to the 200s. That is fantastic news, Aaron. I'm still trying to get down into that wonderland. This last month, I have not been on the scale since middle of February. It's been a while. And on Monday after I ate, I started a fast. Tuesday, I wasn't hungry, so I started fasting. I'm currently at about 112 hours right now, just over 112 hours fasting. And my weight is down to 215 pounds. So 5 days fasting, and you know how you lose a lot of water weight and stuff when you're fasting. I was probably 225, close to 230 again. I didn't feel it in my body. I did, but I didn't. And right now I feel so much better today. Going into my 5th day, it's absolutely amazing how I feel, but I need to start getting serious again. I've had a lot of treats with my wife. The last month and a half of hockey, or 2 months of hockey, basically, when we were at home games, my wife and I did have popcorn. And sometimes it affects us, sometimes it doesn't. I think the biggest thing with the popcorn for us wasn't the carbs or the fiber in it, but it was the seed oils that it was cooked in. Because holy crap, seed oils are so bad for you. And sometimes it would affect us, sometimes it wouldn't. But it does affect us to the point where it helped to retain water, it helped to retain weight. And then I've been trying to find different things for my wife. My wife gets really bored with a carnivore diet, so I try to find different things for her to have as a treat. One of the things that we have been experimenting with are the keto bricks. I really like them. They're really good, but they're, they're not that good for me because I gained weight with just eating some of those, staying strictly carnivore for meals, but having that as a treat with some ice cream or whatever. Kilt ice cream, homemade stuff, not store bought. So I don't have all that garbage in it, but it does make a difference. And I got to get back to more of a strict carnivore diet. A big fat 0 degrees here, Celsius, that is. Yeah, it's cold. The sun here is out too. It's really shining out here. It's really nice out. Looks really nice out. But again, we're in the negatives here. So negative Celsius, that is. It's cold. And I don't really care for it anymore. I want to get it back to the nice weather. Then you switch over to the normal view. Yes. Bridesmaids just qualified for a safety net program for food insurance. My carnivore journey just got a whole lot easier. Excited to add more beef finally. That's great, Bridesmaids. I'm very happy for you. That's nice to hear. Yeah. So Terry says that's great, Bryce Biscuit. Yeah, just over 100 hours, 112 hours right now. Probably going to go until 6 o'clock tonight, which would be my 120 hours for 5 full days. And if I'm hungry at that time, or if the food noise is starting to get to me, because it happens when I get to that point of the fast where I'm thinking about breaking it, the food noise starts to bother me. I'm either going to eat at 6 o'clock tonight or 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I prefer breaking fast in the morning. It's just what I like to do. Um, hey, Jiffy, how you doing today? It's good to be here. You're making Juicy Lucy's for dinner? Oh, those are awesome. I remember the first time I made Juicy Lucy's and trying to get the cheese wrapped up into the burger so it doesn't leak out. I used to live not far from one of the restaurants in the Twin Cities that argue about being the original founder of the Juicy Lucy. Was it the 5-8 or whatever it was? It was just down probably half a mile from where I lived. Love Juicy Lucy's. Brian, going great. Blood glucose is at 87 and ketones are at 2.7 on a sardine fast. That is amazing. How many hours or days are you into it now, Brian? What would it be, 5 days into it now? Uncle Charlie, I've been gaining weight for some reason, can't figure it out. Been having lower back pain, maybe inflammation. I would look at what you are eating, Uncle Willie. If you're having like pork or chicken, it could be what they're being fed. It's they're not they're a monogastric animal, so whatever they eat will be transmitted through their fat. So if they're eating stuff that you don't do good with, you'll feel it, which is a big difference from what the ruminant animal does for the meat. Good morning, everyone, Brian says. So Terry I just crisped up 3 cans of sardines. Oh, so you cook them. How's your sardine diet or fast going, Terry? Bryce Bickus says you dipped below 200 a few weeks back, first time in 30 years, but climbed above again from adding creatine, which I know saturates muscle tissue. Yep. Not concerned, but darn that scale, right? And that's, I know I gained weight here in the last uh, 2 months. So from my lowest weight at 205 in the first week of February until when I started my fast on Monday, I don't know what I weighed on Monday, but this morning I'm down to 215 again. So I know I was probably up around 225, and I'm fine with that. Um, I still felt really good. I know it's going to come off. I know what I got to do. I just can't let myself keep going the way I was because otherwise I'll be in big trouble. Aaron says I can't do longer fasts anymore. I know it will help my results, but just can't motivate myself for long ones. And I'm only doing what my body feels like doing, Aaron. I didn't plan on doing this fast. Sunday, oh, Sunday during the Carnivore Quest live stream with Larry, this is what I ate. That's a big old bone-in ribeye, um, 16 shrimp. The seasoning on the shrimp is butter and the carnivore chef or carnivore companion gator bite. There's no sugar, no bad ingredients inside of this here. But that ribeye, what we're not seeing on this here is the thickness of it. That's a 2.5 pound ribeye. Now I cut the meat off the bone and I actually gave the bone to my big dog. And I was going to share that with my wife. I was going to eat a portion of it and then give her a portion of it. And before I knew it, that damn thing was gone. I ate all 2.5, well, probably 2 pounds of it, maybe a little more than 2 pounds of that ribeye, and then all that shrimp. That was Sunday night. Monday night, I ate a bunch of this brisket that I made for my grandson. This is what he left me from my brisket. He took over 3 pounds of it. And Tuesday, I just wasn't hungry. So I started fasting and I just decided that I'm going to fast and I'll see where I go. I haven't had any issues. What the really big part for me is my ketones came up a lot better this time on this fast than they have been on my other fasts, which hadn't been happening for me. And I was really happy about it because my ketones jumped up pretty good, pretty quick. And that really helps when you're doing a fast because your body switches to that for the energy. My glucose had dropped, and that's what was happening before. My glucose would drop, but my ketones weren't replacing the glucose and they weren't coming up like they should have. So finally this one did, and I'm riding out, seeing where it goes. Yeah, Bryce basically says, "Welcome to the cool kids, Terry." Yeah, this up and down weather is killing me. Pickling, right? Somebody get Mother Nature back on her meds because she's off of them. Day 6. Yep. I knew you were out there. Hey, good morning, John. Together Strong. How are you doing this morning? Brian says ketones aren't as high as you'd hope they would be, but you're okay. And that's the important thing is as long as you're doing okay with it, that's what matters. When I was trying my fast earlier in the month and in March, I wasn't. I could feel my body was off and it just wasn't right. And then I'd get cold and yeah, I hate when that happens. Good morning, Donna Ray. Bacon Runner. She's in here today. It's nice to see you. Terry's 2.5 days sardines. Then you need a ground beef. Today back to sardines. Yeah, and that's actually not a bad thing because when your body needs that fat, you just got to get it. And you have to listen to what your body tells you. Milton was killing me on Rick's channel. Milton's a crazy cat. I really enjoy going to Rick's channel. He's got some good stuff in there. Terry says it's still finding evenings challenging. I I don't know if it's just the evenings, Terry. I this morning I did the same damn thing here this morning. I had trouble this morning with my fast. I'm drinking coffee because I drink coffee. Even when I'm fasting, it doesn't break your fast. I went and made my coffee, got my coffee pot going, grabbed my cast iron skillet, threw it on the stove, turned the heat on, and I started grabbing stuff out of the fridge to make bacon and eggs, and then realized, damn, I'm fasting. Habits are what's really hard. And if you can break the habit of wanting to snack and eat at night, that makes a tremendous difference. Like for me, having something to eat for breakfast on the weekend. Weekends, I typically eat 2 meals a day. When I'm working Monday through Friday, I eat just 1 meal a day because that's the way my body works best, and it works out best for me, at least for now. Yeah, that ribeye was delicious. Bryce or John Together says, you've noticed amongst carnivore community that during the colder months they put on more weight. Yep. But now if it's due to lack of exercise, what is a seasonal thing that we go through? Yeah, John. And, you know, it could be. I mean, I was walking once or twice a week on my treadmill here or walking pad, whatever you want to call it. And then I did stop doing that. In last summer, I'd walk once or twice a week. I wasn't exercising much. I mean, just out walking with the granddaughter or just taking a quick walk. The last few days I have walked, well, last week, was it Sunday and Tuesday I walked, and with my 20-pound ruck. They were nice walks and I didn't have any trouble with it. But yeah, that's our bodies are supposed to get fat before winter, not during winter though. So it could be just a seasonal thing, lack of exercise. And for me, I'm pretty dang sure that eating the keto brick that we've been eating and stuff, and I just ordered 6 of them for my wife, 6 different ones. So we have a different variety that we were trying just to see what they're like. And we've come back to the fact that the 2 that are carnivore friendly that they have for the carnivore diet are probably the better ones. The other ones that are keto that don't have the plants and aren't plant based, they're still not as good as the 2 carnivore ones for what we want to do. And John is saying hello to Donna Ray. Brian, you make ice cream with heavy cream every night and you're missing it like crazy. Yes, it's the habit, right? The habit of having that it's what's hard to break. And that's for me at night, coming home, making a steak or making an eggs and bacon or making a ground beef power bowl. That habit is what's hard to break. So, and, sitting down watching TV, watching hockey on TV or watching a TV show with my wife and not having a snack while we're watching it is really a hard thing to do. And John saying, good morning, Terry. Bryce said, you have respect for me. You really dial in different protocols to manage your health goals and have great success. I have much patience, which are rare in our community. And I would have to say to be maybe a year ago or maybe just over a year ago when I first started carnivore, I didn't have that patience. A lot of this is a result of listening to people like Bryce Biscuits and John and Donna Ray and all the great Brian and all the great people that we have in our community, listening to them and listening to like Dr. Kiltz. Dr. Kiltz has really helped me tremendously on my growth in this community, my growth as a person because of the way he is. I've learned so much from him, and he has got such a sense of humor. Um, if you guys have been in his uh, live streams recently, and he talks a lot about Friends of Jeffrey. That cracks me up every time he starts going off on the Friends of Jeffrey. I think it's funny. And Bridesmaid said, "I had John Aaron 75 here." Yeah, see, and that's what we're going through. The other day we were in the mid 70s, and then all of a sudden we had snow. And yesterday, the daytime high yesterday never got above freezing here. It's like 30 degrees is all we got to. Wednesday, we're supposed to be in 80. And then next Saturday again, we're supposed to be down below freezing again. It's this type of year is different, and the weather is just strange. So people are saying hi to each other. Angie's, how you doing today? It's nice to see you here. John's tired up. He was up all night working on video. Again, if you guys don't know, John has an amazing channel. He has some amazing music videos. Oh, this John. Right there, click on that QR code, and then you can go to John's YouTube channel and check out the videos that he does. And Brian says, I think we were having trouble. Ooh, my computer just glitched and everything just moved. What the heck? All right. Brian says, I think when you were having trouble, you need a battle buddy. That is true. But you can call up. Yep. The lives help, but a friend to call helps too. And it does. And having somebody to be able to get a hold of and to contact about this stuff is an amazing thing. And it would be having these lives helps out tremendously. Being able to talk to the people in the different lives. And that's one of the things I really like about our community right now is they have so many lives, so people can go from live to live throughout the day and get help. And it really does make a difference. Angie says, I love fasting now and feel better when I do. When you do so, but I'm also aware of varying my fast. I eat lots of meat when I eat, and the net carbs are below 20. And for people who are metabolically healthy enough, that is absolutely great, Angie's. I'm part of another group that's a fasting group, and they are not a carnivore group. They're just people who do a lot of fasting, and they have issues with their refeeds and the carbs and how difficult it is to get into the fast. I have a much better, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I get into my fast a lot easier. I've noticed that when I was um, eating a lot more of the stuff I shouldn't eat, like the popcorn, the keto brick, I had a hard time getting into a fast because I was having more carbs. I kept my carbs low. I mean, I don't think I ever went over 10 on my carbs with any of it, but it's still just having that is difficult and it makes it a lot harder. But if you're metabolically healthy and you can handle the carbs and you can get in and out of fasting easy, it is an amazing thing to do is to fast. Bridesmaid says, well, I definitely have SAD. the mental one, not the diet. And that very much is a factor and does affect many. You're planning on more movement soon, but you have to heal from a stress injury first. Okay. Yeah. And you really do have to pay attention to what's going on with your body. Um, with it getting nicer out, it's going to make a big difference to people being able to go out and get into the sun and being able to enjoy that. It is a huge difference in how your body feels. And I really want to get back out there. As I mean, I'm very pale 'cause I haven't I haven't been in the sun a lot. Last year was the first time I'd really been in the sun for a long time, and I want to spend more time out in the sun this year. It just makes a huge difference in everything that you're doing. My wife's training is going actually pretty good. She's struggling since she had that steroid to get over her cold this winter. Her blood glucose has been really wacky, and some of it I found out the other night is okay. I haven't had popcorn since our last home game, which has been what 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. My wife has been having popcorn at night when after I go to bed. I go to bed early, I get up early. So she's had popcorn. So that's keeping her blood sugars elevated above what she wants. But she knows that. So, but there's she's doing a lot better now than she was doing a year and a half ago. Could she be doing better? Yeah, she absolutely could. Um, Eating more of the red meat and the more of the animal fat and getting that and cutting out more of the carbohydrates that she eats like popcorn, that would be amazing. Hey, Ace, good morning. How are you doing? How'd your did you cook a brisket yesterday? Was that how'd that turn out? John says over the winter I tried some of the allulose. It wasn't long where I wanted more sweetener in my coffee. I stopped using it because I'd want the real thing eventually. Damn addiction, right? And see, I do have allulose here. My wife and I do use that. One of the things I use the RX sugar allulose, that specific brand, and mainly because Dr. Ben Bickman is part of that. He was a part of the development of it. And what the RX sugar allulose does, it actually helps to trigger your GLP-1s so that you're not craving and you're not wanting more food. And I've actually tested it on myself where I'll take a serving of it before I eat. And I eat much less if I do that. If I take a serving of the RX allulose half an hour or so before I eat, I'm not as hungry. And I've known that for a while. But I don't think about doing it. I'm generally not in the mood to think about stuff like that when I first get home. But it does work. But I've noticed we have when we ran out of our RX sugar allulose and we bought a different brand, I had the same cravings, John. I was like, I really want something sweet, and I was like, I can't have this anymore. And that bag is still sitting in the cupboard, and we've only used just a little bit because my wife has the same issues with it. I did the brisket on a smoker like I did, and it came out great. Absolutely. I'm so love doing the briskets on the smoker, and there are so many different ways to do it. I I love doing them overnight because it's so much easier on a pellet grill. I don't have a stick burner, so I don't have to be out there and make sure the temperatures are where they're at. I can just set it and forget it pretty much for hours. But I love smoked brisket. Dang. All right. Bryce Beatrice says Lance and I both struggle with allulose, John, for different reasons. I also have to avoid sweet taste at this point, at least. Yep. And it's a difficult thing. The theme of the whole channel is Together Strong Carnivore. Yes, it is, John. Together Carnivore Strong. And it is. And together as a community, we are very strong. And that's what this morning meeting is for. It's what I do this on the weekend for. When I started doing this, I don't know how many months ago it was, there weren't a whole lot of weekend carnivore things going on that I could see. So I wanted just to help out people on the weekend. And I actually want to go back up to Bride's Biscuits comment here really quick about struggling with ilos and sweet taste. That reminded me. Now, I drank my element. I like yesterday. I think yesterday I ended up having 4 elements. Yesterday, my body was really needing it, and I had 4 of them. Well, I order the insider bundles when I do order these here, and Larry was talking about the pink lemonade the other day, and we got that pink lemonade. I ordered the insider bundle, so I ordered the regular lemonade, the regular lemonade, the pink lemonade, and the raspberry, and then my raw element. The regular lemonade and the raspberry I ordered those together because my wife brought up the idea that you can mix the lemonade and the raspberry together and get raspberry lemonade. She tried that with one of the packets that we had, or actually I made it for her and I had her try it, and she really liked that. That was really good. Then she also brought up we could do that with watermelon too, watermelon lemonade. So I have watermelon here, so she's going to try that here one of these days. But I don't know how many packs of the insider bundle you have to order for Element to say, hey, let's send this person something free. I got a bunch of these free packs. They sent, I think it was 5 or 6 of these packs inside of I got those yesterday, the day after I got my bundle. And in that, you get the pink lemonade, the regular lemonade, and one that you can't even buy on their website yet. It's lemonade iced tea. And you see it does have 50 milligrams of caffeine in it. So if you do that, I'm expecting that probably will be out soon. But that tastes like an Arnold Palmer. It's actually a really good flavor. I like that. And I'm not sponsored by Element. I don't have a deal with them or anything. I do have an affiliate link that I order my own stuff off my affiliate link. So I can save a little bit and get free samples too. But I don't ever really talk about it. I put it in the description on my regular videos. I don't do it on the weekend videos, but I do some of that. Oh, Brisbane tendon injuries take extremely long to heal. You learn that as blood supply to those tissues is limited. It does. It takes a while to get there. Angie says that is why we're putting a pool up in the backyard. We all need more sun and outdoor exercise. Absolutely. And having a pool would be one way to do it. Spend a lot more time outside. You try not eating anything after 2 to 3 p.m. It just helps me feel better and my sleep is much better. We're getting ready to smoke a pork butt next week. I love smoking pork butt. The last pork butt I just smoked though, even though it tastes great, it didn't taste as good to me as it normally does. My wife loved it. My daughter and grandkids all loved it. To me, the pork ribs and the pork butt that I had just weren't right. So to me, it's just one of those things where I'm thinking it's maybe something I'm not supposed to be eating right now. But I do love them, and I'll cook them for my family anytime. Bryce says a rising tide lifts all boats indeed. The community is everything. And then looks like we've got some Yeah. How about we just no? Let's. Which one was that on? Oh, that's on Rumble. That's why I don't see it. Well, he's not on this channel, and for some reason, I can't remove that from the general information. It just doesn't show up there. So, and he says I tried stop eating at 3 p.m., but 6 p.m. comes around and you go bonkers. Terry says that, yeah, and I have the same issues. I've thought about changing my eating to where I eat earlier, but I don't know why I can't do it. I end up coming home and end up having to eat when I get home. I would like to stop eating earlier, and I'd like to just eat at lunchtime, maybe eat breakfast and have a lunch. My body just, I've thought about doing it for the same reason why you're talking about, Angie, is to get better sleep, to get the body in a better position. I just, I guess I'd have to plan it out much better than what I do. Mhm. Aaron says, I'm going to do the pig, is it the pig belly that Laura had on her channel? Okay. Is that pork belly? Yeah. Laura Spath has some good recipes and has some good stuff on her channel. I really enjoy doing that. Terry says, I just drink water. I just drink water or electrolytes and keep myself busy and have some black tea and coffee. Yeah. And Angie, it's really important to make sure that you do that. I, Electrolytes are very important. Uncle Willie says you can remove the spammer. I can on YouTube and on when I do get comments, I get the three ellipsis on the screen. On Rumble, I don't, and I don't have a window up for Rumble. Maybe I should do that, huh? Throw Rumble window in here and see if I can go into Rumble on my live stream. And because I don't ever really watch my channel on Rumble when I'm doing this stuff. So I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to get down here on Rumble and remove it. Right there, I can mute user. I can delete the message. There, now it's gone. Did that disappear from here? No, it hadn't disappeared from here though, but it did disappear from Rumble. But I don't have those ellipses on my StreamYard, so I can't do that here on my end. My end, I still see it, but it is gone from Rumble. John says for tendons and any other kind of injuries, autophagy is awesome, but the miracle happens after the fast with stem cell activation. During the fast, you can build up stem cells, absolutely, and that's one of the things that happens. I believe it's after 96 hours is where the stem cells start to build up, and you get the activation of that after you break your fast. I may be wrong. I could have misread something and got things mumbled in my head, but It is an amazing benefit when you're fasting for healing of all kinds of things. Yep. And yeah, pork belly. Yep. That's all gone now. Uh, Brian says, I'm back. I missed out. Rick handled that John dude guy pretty good. Feel bad for those people that act like that. Was John picking on people inside of Rick's live stream after I left? Uh, I know Rick hadn't banned him or anything or put him on timeout or anything yet. So did he end up put him on a timeout? That the first time I had John come into my live stream, I put him on a timeout. The second time he came on here and he was bad mouthing Larry and Cassie and it was somebody else too, I banned him from my channel. So he can come in here and he can look in here, but he can't comment on it. So now I was talking about earlier. I was talking about my fast, and I know it's going to look weird on the vertical view, but this is what I have for what I did for my fast. Why isn't this coming up as a full screen? I'll take this comment down. So this was this morning on the left here. My GKI is 0.9. My blood glucose was 771. That's what it was this morning. And a 4.1 for my ketones. And then I think I got this in order. I tried getting it in order so it shows how my fasting was going with my ketones going above 5, 5.1, 5.2, 5.0. So this fast has gone really good for me and really happy with how I'm feeling on it. And one of the other benefits, I have my Google Pixel watch. I used to wear a Fitbit, but Pixel watch does the same thing. My health matrix, it registers 5 of your different things while you're sleeping. My resting heart rate the last month and a half, 2 months has been elevated, generally between 64 and 71. This morning that was lower than normal, and that's 62. So that's good. And then my heart rate variability, HRV, has been between 13 and 27 for the last 2 months. And now, this morning, it was elevated at 28. My respiratory heart rate was 11. Blood oxygen didn't read. Mine's always goofy and wacky and off, so I don't really pay too much attention to that. Oh yeah, here's the insider bundle. There's insider gift that I got in the 2 new flavors. This was actually really amazing. What did I want to do? There we go. Put me back on the screen. And then I've been wearing 2 CGMs for the last week. I've been wearing the Stella, which is a Dexcom version, and I've been wearing the Lingo, which is the Freestyle, like Freestyle Libre. And the first time I ever wore a CGM, I bought the Lingo. It was equivalent to the Freestyle. My wife was wearing the Freestyle, so I kind of had an idea what they were and what they would do. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, is just to try it out, see what happened. Well, when I did that, the first thing that happened for me, my CGM failed. The Lingo failed right away. And one of the things that I kind of figured out was when I'm fasting and with the Lingo, if your blood sugars go too low, it senses that something's wrong and it just ends up dying and it won't register anymore. Well, I started this fast after I put that Lingo on, and yesterday morning I wake up to this message: my biosensor ended early. Whatever the reasons, we'll help you replace it. And they do. Their customer service is really good. I called them yesterday. I was on the phone with them probably 7 or 8 minutes, and a new one's on its way. But it lasted only 7.5 days because my glucose went below 55 for so long, and then it just stops. They need to have a fasting, I don't know, button to push on there to let them know that, hey, if it goes below what they think the norm is, it's not always bad. Angie's, how many days a week do I fast? Generally, I do intermittent fasting Monday through Friday, 8 to, was it 16:8, or sometimes OMAD, mostly OMAD, Monday through Friday. And on the weekends, I'll eat 2 meals a day. I'll eat breakfast first thing in the morning, then I'll have lunch at night. And as far as extended fasting, I probably do it once or twice a month where I try to extend fast. Sometimes this month I was going to do alternate day fasting, and until I started this fast, I wasn't able to because of whatever reasons. And I think part of it had to do with the keto bricks that I was eating. They just weren't being good to me. And let's see. Brian says he didn't ban him, but told him if he badmouthed people, he was gone. Yeah. And Rick is that he will. As long as he's not bad mouthing the people in the chat, I think Rick will be all right with him. As long as he's just messing with Rick, Rick doesn't mind him being in there messing with him. Right now, I'm at 112, almost 113 hours right now for my fast. But I'll go anywhere from 48 to 72 hours generally pretty easily. And I can, if I can, I can roll those fasts, a 48, 72-hour fast. I can roll those, do a 24-hour refeed, and then go right back into fasting. I've done that before. I've done that for a month, and I really enjoyed that one. That did my body a lot of good. Brian says, love the Arnold Palmer tea, but I let it go because of the sugar. Yeah, and this one here does have one carb, so it does have sugar in it, but it does taste like the Arnold Palmer tea. I think that's the first thing my wife said after she tried it. She took a pretty good drink of it and looked at me and said, "That's good." And she said, it tastes just like an Arnold Palmer. The Dexcom, that's actually what I'm using. The Dexcom is a Stello, and that's what I use. I use the Dexcom. The Stello, Dexcom is starting to do with their Dexcom 7. My Stello lasts for 14 days. When my wife used when she switched to the Dexcom 7, they were the 10-day sensors. And I don't like the 10-day sensors, and neither did she. She thought that was a pain in the ass to have to change it every 10 days. Where the Stello is a 15-day, not 14, a 15-day. A 15-day sensor with a 12-hour grace period after the sensor runs out. So I actually like that a lot better. And you want to know how it compares? Well, I think I got some of those pictures in here somewhere too. The Stello seems to be more accurate and closer to my actual blood sugars, where the Lingo still, in my opinion, runs 15 to 20 points lower than the actual blood sugars consistently. And you can't change that with on either one of them. On the Dexcom 7 version of it, the prescription version, you can calibrate it. On the Stello, you can't. So even though it might be off, 4 or 5 points throughout the day, I can't calibrate it. It doesn't work. I do use the NutriSense app, so that has just started allowing me to calibrate my Stello. When I first started using that app, it was only a month ago. That feature wasn't available, but now it is, and that's actually pretty cool. So you can calibrate it to a blood test, but the lingo generally is lower, and it does go to a lower number. Like when I'm fasting and my blood sugars go down, the lingo will go down to 55 and register and tell you, from 55 on up, it'll give you the accurate numbers. Once it goes below 55, it just says it's below 55. My Stello, when it goes below 70, that's all it says is below 70. So I don't know what it is when it goes there and I have to do finger sticks, but it doesn't die on me like the lingo does. The lingo, whenever it goes below 55 for too long, dies on me. Yeah, I guess I missed this one. The element bundle you showed, was it lemonade and this thing, the insider pack. This is the lemonade, the pink lemonade, and the lemonade tea. But I did get the insider bundle where I bought 4 of them, and with that one, I got the regular lemonade, the pink lemonade, um, and the raspberry, and my raw element. So I got 4 of them, but it's good stuff. And I'm actually excited when this here comes out. I do want to try this one here more. And I've only made one of them. My doctor's office that I go to, a chiropractor, actually, specifically, they have Element on sale there. So when I go to get my back adjusted and stuff, I'll buy one of the grapefruit cans and I'll drink that afterwards just to make sure that I'm getting properly hydrated because it makes a big difference. Brian says, I don't know what happened Thursday. I started off with KMT at 5 a.m. and ended the day with just Jason Keto at 8 p.m. Everyone lined up. That's pretty cool. You get a day where everything just works out right like that. Angie says, I'm also interested in doing alternate day fasting. You've done 2 3-day water fast, which usually go a bit longer than 72 hours. 112 hours, okay. 113 hours in about 5 minutes. You're in the alternate day fasting. When I was doing the alternate day fasting, I was going 36 hours for my alternate day fast. So I would eat my last meal at 6 o'clock at night, and then I would go the next day and into the next morning where I'd break my fast. So it'd be 36 hours. I'd have 2 meals that day, one in the morning, one at night. I'd make sure that my meal at night was a nice fatty beef meal, whether it's ground beef and eggs and bacon with extra butter in it. So I had extra fat. And then I'd start my next 36-hour fast. That worked really well for me. I did that in November, December timeframe, somewhere around there. I did that and it worked out really well. I really liked that one. And then I also did a month where I was doing extend or alternate day fasting, but I was doing 60 hours. So I would skip 2 full days and then eat the next morning. And that went pretty good too. That was a little bit harder to start out with, but once you got going, that extra day didn't seem to be a whole lot in there. Just had to make sure that again I was eating that fatty meal before I started the fast, just to make sure that the body had the energy and the nutrients that it needed. All right. So I still have the QR code up there for John Together Strong. Check him out. I'm going to take that down, and it's a cool feature StreamYard just put into these things here is for widgets. I can put QR codes up there. And this is where I'm going after this meeting in about 5 minutes. Carnivore Quest, Larry, his meeting should have started about now. And I'm actually going to check and see if he's doing that or if he changed it, because he does sometimes change it on the weekends. He's got stuff going on and things change. Yeah, it says 10:55, so he should be coming on any moment. And let's see. Yeah, Brian finding all the everybody lining up and hitting it just right. Oh yeah, there he goes. Larry just cracked open an element. So that QR code can bring you right to their page, and you can go into the live stream and enjoy another meeting with Larry and hang out and talk with him. Brian says, Terry, no, didn't get anything done all day because he spent most of the day watching carnivore live streams. That's always good though. But it's allowed. A day there. Yep, absolutely. Just don't do it while you're at work and don't get caught if you do it. You have to try and see if it messes with the blood glucose. Yeah, that's one of the things with these drinks. You do have to watch that. If my wife has too much of it, it does affect her blood sugars. I haven't had it affect mine at all, and I'm happy about that. So, am I coaching anybody at the moment through my kilt certification? No, I'm not coaching. I did the I am a kilts health coach. I did get certified. I went through the classes, and I have the knowledge and gaining experience doing this stuff right here. I don't personally coach people. I did this for my own knowledge so that I can help people through my different videos that I do through the chats. It's to help me get the knowledge that I want to help others. I'm not trying to make a career out of it and trying to make money out of it. I just wanted the knowledge to be able to come on here and when I talk to people, know more of what I'm talking about and to give good advice. Because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a healthcare professional, but I do have experience. I do have the knowledge, and that's sharing our knowledge is what keeps this going on. Let's see. John says, Lance, keep your eye open for a link. It's on. It's on the top secret music video I'm doing. 4 weeks into it, still not done. I will be looking for it, John. I am looking forward to that. Yeah, Brian, you want to get to John's channel real quick? Click there. This should bring you to his channel. Actually, let me try that with my work phone. I don't know if it does. I just assumed that it worked because that's what it says. Oh, come on. Yep. And it does. It brought me right into that's John's channel right there. So I threw those QR codes up here. It makes it a little bit easier for people. And I think it's pretty cool that they finally did, so it makes it really easy and I can throw that stuff on there. Absolutely, Angie's no problem. Terry P. Larry is starting out. Yep, Larry is on a roll. Actually showing video or a picture of Cassie right now. I have him up on the other screen. All right, Bryce Biscuits, have a great time. We'll see you over in Larry's. I'll be over there in just a little bit. Terry noted, you make a good coach and hope you don't mind I reach out. No, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do this. I don't mind helping people. I don't charge people for what I'm doing. I freely share the information because, as John says, we are together strong, and sharing hope and experience one day at a time is extremely important. And that's what these lives are for accountability and for help. I don't mind helping people. Knowledge is king. I would be afraid of messing up with someone else. I'm not so worried about myself, right, Brian? And see, one of the things that I've said this for a long time, knowledge not shared is knowledge wasted. If I can share my experience and my knowledge with people and it can help them, that's what it's here for. And Bryce basically says, same Lance, I'm here to support. Any classes I've taken are not for coaching. Going for my biology degree in September, hopefully to increase my knowledge, right? And I've got the Kilt Health Coach certificate. I've done this for myself. Actually, I've looked at other ones to do too, and I want to get more information, want to get more knowledge, and I've done a lot of research with AI. And you really got to be careful with AI, because it wants to go down that, you have to have carbs and all that crap, but you don't. Uncle Willie says, into the morning meeting. Have a great one, everybody. You too, Uncle Willie. Have a good one. We'll talk to you over there. Brian Aries, yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. Yes, John, together strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope one day at a time. That's what it's about. Absolutely. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm heading over to Larry's now. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. My camera just glitched on me, so that probably means it's time for me to end this. And click on that QR code up top there. That'll bring you to Carnivore Quest page, and you can click on the live stream and join us with Larry for that morning meeting. We'll talk to you all later. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.